Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is directed by David Yates, who also directed the last Harry Potter films from Order of the Phoenix to the Part 2 of the Deathly Hallows. And this guy... Huh?
I just said...
Oh. This guy, honestly, he has been the best part of the franchise because, in my opinion, the ones behind me, the final four are the best. And it's also because I think that this guy knows the story and heart of J.K. Rowling's story for Harry Potter, and he knows how to put it on screen. So that's when I was so excited to hear that he is directing. And not only that, he wants to direct all 5. Yeah,
5.
there's going to be 5 of these.
That's
and
so many.
I was a bit skeptical. I was like, maybe 3 or 2. But after watching this movie, I want all 5. I want David Yates to be in every single one. But
you want there to be 5.
I want there to be 5, especially after this one. I know, it's because I want to know, because they did a little bit of teases of here and there of this person's backstory, and you're just like, I kind of want to know more and more. Eddie Redmayne's character is the main guy, who's Newt. I'm going to call him that. And what he does, he likes to collect fantastic beasts. And what he does with them, he nurtures them, he protects them, and he studies them. And he wants everyone to know about them and to preserve them and keep them safe from the most dangerous villains of all, humans. And honestly,
Of course.
I was kind of like, they're going to do that cliche message. But honestly, the way that they did it with his character, it was very well done, how we need to protect these animals. But it wasn't like banging on your head like, we need to save human planet animals. Does it achieve in the magic and the world of Harry Potter? It does. You can hear just a little bit of music going on in the background, but then they fill it up with a new score. And that's one thing. I'll lead into my positives. This movie does not need to keep on banging your head that this is a Harry Potter spin-off movie. You don't need to hear Dumbledore's name. You don't need to hear blah, 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 blah. You don't need to hear Expelliarmus. You don't need to hear any of these references, and I admired that. There was probably 2 times where they did that, but it was very subtle, and it wasn't forced. But that's the beauty of this film, is that it takes itself very seriously, and it wants to stay focused on the story instead of focusing on the future, which Batman v Superman did, sadly. But, to lead into my other positive, is the acting. The acting is really, really good. Honestly, the best performance was Colin Farrell, who played... I forgot the dude's name.
Colin?
I don't know.
Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell? Yeah, I said it.
Colin.
Whatever his name is, dude.
A colon is a part of the body.
Sorry. I'm going to edit that part out. Colin Farrell, he is
You'll edit that out.
He'll play the... You know what, God... Okay. Colin Farrell, so somebody wants to correct me, is probably the standout in this film. He's probably the standout. The humor is off the charts. That's all I'm going to say about that. You actually feel the same type of heart and emotion, tug strings of humor and laughter like you did in the other Harry Potter films. It's the same exact type. The special effects, honestly, are pretty, not that well done in the trailers. But when you see them in the film, it does mix well together. My last positive is the villain. The villain and the reveal. It's very, very well done. It boosted my score up. It's one of those endings where it justifies everything. It makes sense, kind of like with Arrival. It makes sense. So that's all I'm going to say about that, because I do not want to spoil anything, because it took me off guard, and it was a total 180 in the whole film, and I loved it. So now, leading off into my negatives is, it's a tad bit slow, honestly. The pacing in it, it's a little bit all over the place in the first 30 to 45 minutes. I didn't know what direction it was going, but right when the adventure starts, I loved this movie. But it sadly is drooped down by the first act. Who knows? Some people had other different opinions than mine when I went to go watch it. They thought the whole film was very cohesively well done. But for me, the pacing was kind of just not that well received for me in the first act. My next negative is... So my positive was humor, but some humor honestly does not work. And I was just kind of like... And everyone else in the theater was kind of like,
Like a pity chuckle?
Yeah, it's like... yeah, you know...
I tried.
I'm going to laugh because this is in the Harry Potter franchise. But it was just very awkward. And then, okay, to lead in my other negative is... Eddie Redmayne does a really good job, but sometimes the way he talks... Imagine if I was doing a review like this with my mouth open like that. You would get really freaking annoying.
Is he supposed to have some sort of disability?
No. It's just he's British and like.
That's not a disability.
No, that's not saying that at all. It's just I've heard better British accents that are actually British people. Like I believe Daniel Radcliffe is British, if I'm correct. That guy, Emma Watson, their accents you can clearly understand. I've heard Eddie Redmayne's voice. His voice does not sound like that. For some god-awful reason, he decided to sound like this, and it's kind of honestly going to bug me throughout the whole entire franchise since this is the main guy, and I love him. He is such a freaking fun time to watch having this adventure and the next adventures, or however many, 5, 6, 10, I don't care, take my money. But the issue is, sometimes it just kind of got under my skin a little bit. Leading off into my last negative is that it does, like, I want to say subplots. There are
side stories,
kind of, yes, but then I really thought about it, and most of them work, about 80% of them, but there's one particular subplot.
How many subplots are there?
There's like 3.
Okay.
There's not like a lot. It's not like
so
5 or 6.
So like 2 of them work and one of them doesn't?
Yeah, 2 of them, but it's not like the one's just bad and god-awful and just should have been kept out. I understand why they did that. It's because it's for the future. This one only just had one for probably the next one, not like, hey, boom, 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 2, 3, 4, 5. Get ready for this awesome story. But you just have to deal with this super sucky one. This story...
Get ready.
It was actually good, and I was excited to be watching it and not... Okay, the difference is this. You should be excited watching this movie. You shouldn't be excited to watch the next movie. And that's what some other prequel spin-off movies do sometimes. Like the prequels did. The only one that I was really, really amped for was the final one because we all wanted to know how Darth Vader turned evil. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you're kidding me! You're breaking my heart! And that's the...
No!
And that's what we got. But Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them does not do that in this story. That sounded better.
Yay!
I'm going to give Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's between... it was like between a 7.5 and like an 8, high 8 or something. I really had to
Between a mid 7 and a high 8?
Yeah,
That's a big range to be stuck between.
Because like I had to really think about it because there were some parts that where I was just like, that did not work for me. And then when I walked out talking to my friend about it, they were like, that actually does make sense. After thinking about it, I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to give Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I forgot the name for a second. I was going to say Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
FB.
I'm going to say, for FB, a solid 8.5 out of 10. I honestly wanted it to be a little bit higher, but it's not a disappointing score. 8.5 is a really, really great score, actually, and I think you will enjoy it, and I will definitely add it to my collection. It's in the Harry Potter franchise. If it sucked, okay, if it was like a 5, I probably wouldn't buy it, but thank God it didn't suck. Just don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to be blessed. Peace.